Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Hop Into It with Bill Jr. Today, I have a really special guest that we're excited about. Brought in Adam Helfman from Hired Done.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing great, Adam. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Hey, it's my pleasure to be here.
It's awesome. It's an awesome day, and hey, we get to hop to it together, which is always fun.
I'm always hopping to it.
You know it. You know it. So, and for our viewers who don't know, Adam is the owner and runs Hired Done, which is one of our partners that we have here at Kanga Roof that we're really excited about. And Adam, if you would, because some of our clients that we have are right from Hired Done, but for those of them that haven't or maybe aren't familiar with Hired Done, you want to walk them through kind of what you are and your history and
Sure.
why you got into the game?
So, Hired Done is a company that matches homeowners with pre-screened, licensed, and insured contractors.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an expert in the home improvement industry. I'm a fourth-generation contractor. I've been doing it for over 3 decades. And now I match homeowners with pre-screened contractors. So they go to the website, hireitdone.com. They'll listen to our radio show or some of our TV stuff. And they'll learn, because Hired Done is a learning type of business, and they'll learn how to get a roof that doesn't leak. And when they're ready to buy a roof, they'll go to hireitdone.com. They'll fill out the information of where they live, and then the computer program picks the roofers to compete for the homeowner's business.
Absolutely.
That's it in a nutshell.
Well, we've been with you guys for a number of years now.
Yes.
And maybe from your standpoint, what was the draw to bring Kanga Roof on?
Well, that's a really good question. So, Hired Done looks for the top 2%, 1% in the industry. And you guys, because of your location here in Metro Detroit, matched a lot of the criteria. So when I was looking for to add another roofing company to our repertoire, your name kept coming up every time I was asking around. So I'm like, you know what? I got to meet these guys. So I called and reached out to your father, and he was gracious enough to have what I call meet and greet. And I just said, look, I just want to meet your company. I want to learn a little bit about it. I'm interested in learning more. And when I met, he and I hit it right off. And he started asking me questions like, how do we get part of Hired Done? And I'm like, well, this is the process. And, you have to pass the 10-point pre-screening. So that's where we ended. And it's been like 3 years, and it's been, knock on wood, amazing success together.
Oh, it's been awesome. We have fun on the radio.
Yeah, of course.
The clients that we have, I always talk about this when I go into a home that's a Hired Done lead. They're some of the most well-informed clients that we have. So when I go in and I do a presentation and I do our 25-point exterior and roofing inspection, they're asking me questions about the ventilation to make sure their soffits are open. Is it the right kind of ridge vent that's going up there? So we love it. It's been awesome, and I think it's been a great partnership.
And, I'm glad you brought that up because, like I said earlier, the Hired Done system is about educating homeowners.
Bingo.
And our goal is to have homeowners get what I call a hassle-free home improvement. So when they do request a roof, it's not like, okay, here's a roof, and then we send the information to you and everyone else. No. What happens is the homeowner gets information on roofing, and then how to get a roof that doesn't leak, and then questions to ask every roofer. And then we give them a glossary. What is a square? What is ventilation? What's insulation? How does it impact? All of that for roofing, so they're prepared. So when you come out and you do and present to them why Kanga is the right contractor for them, they're already knowledgeable on some sort of roofing. So that's what differentiates Hired Done from anybody else in the industry.
Yeah. Well, and it's a great resource, too, for the homeowner as far as protection, because if there's a problem, you're out on the job site, too.
Well, that's the other thing. I'm a real person. It's a real company. And one of the things that I pride myself on is I make myself available for homeowners. I make myself available for contractors. Because, listen, as you know, there's great roofing contractors and there's some really bad ones. And so when a homeowner gets a really bad one and they call me up and say, hey, Adam, I listened to your show. I should have used Hired Done, but this guy on a piece of paper wrote a few things and I gave him a deposit and he doesn't call me back. Help.
Yep.
And so that's why I make myself available.
Well, as we talk about all the time, how many roofers are unwilling to even do service work? Where here at Kanga, we do work on both sides. We do the residential and commercial, but we have over a 10-plus man service team. Literally all we do is go out and fix all the errors that everyone else may have.
And it's funny you do that because I don't understand why a lot of roofers don't, but homeowners come to me and say, hey, Adam, I used the wrong roof, or I know I should have gone to her. Do you have anyone that can fix it? And I send you guys out.
Yeah.
And they're like bragging. Why didn't I know you last year? Why didn't I do this? Because you come out there and you don't sell them a new roof. You don't bash the other one. You're like, here's what we identified. Here's the solution. Here's how we're going to fix it. And here's how it costs. That way it's simple. That's all you got to do is keep it simple. And homeowners are like, oh, I get it. Perfect.
Everything with us is straightforward. And I think that's one of the things that resonates with homeowners. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you live in. It doesn't matter how much you make. When you have us out, you're getting a straightforward assessment of what's wrong, what the solutions are. Because often a homeowner will have some options or choices in that. And we want to present those to you. And ultimately, we're going to arrive at what's the best solution that's going to protect you, protect your family, and protect your biggest investment, which is your home. For most homeowners.
And that parallels how Hire It Done works.
Exactly.
That's why it's a good match.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, because last time we were on the radio, we always talk about, Hire It Done. One of the guarantees you guys make is you're going to have at least 3 contractors try and come out there to do an estimate, which we're always on board with.
Sure.
But for somebody maybe who doesn't go through Hire It Done, what I stress nowadays, I talk about all the time, my belief, my dad's belief, Matt's belief, as a family, with the technology, with the information out there that's available to a homeowner, the myth, I call it the myth of the 3-bid process, right? Really isn't necessary at this point in time. From my standpoint, if as a homeowner you do a little bit of due diligence, the cool thing for Hire Done, you guys are doing that for them, right?
Correct.
But what's your take on that for the homeowner who hasn't maybe gone through Hire It Done, or is that still hold true for most industries?
It's interesting that you say that because people have been trained since the 50s through the insurance industry, like you said,
Bingo.
to get 3 bids. And to be honest with you, if you use common sense, it makes sense. Okay? How do I know you're not the most expensive? How do I know you didn't miss anything?
Yep.
I need a comparison. So in the raw sense of just saying, I needed a roof, getting 3 bids is actually smart. However, because Hire It Done educates the homeowners and because Hire It Done does all the pre-screening for the homeowner and we check the references, the homeowner, all they have to worry about is getting a great price.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get good service. So if it's through Hire It Done, it's okay for homeowners to say yes to the first roofer.
Yeah.
But again, in the back of your mind, you're like, am I overpaying? What you don't know can hurt you, right?
Yeah.
So are you being overcharged? You don't know. One thing at Hire It Done is we make sure that there's no high pressure sales, there's no gouging. So you're not going to get that bad experience.
Right.
But if somebody's outside of Hire It Done and they're getting pricing and they're questioning it, the key is to say, well, how do I know Kanga's bid, which is thorough, you're insured, you're licensed, you pay your bills,
Yep.
you're certified by Certainteed, that is what you're bringing to the table. And then you got Chuck in a truck who comes out and on the back of his card says, I'll rip the shingles off, I'll use black shingles, I'll give you proper ventilation, $5,500 and give me half down and I'll see you next week. And, the real roof should be $11,000, right?
Bingo. And they pay it in the back end when the job's done.
Or they're paying for 2 roofs because the guy's never coming back.
You got it.
So depending on the situation, and homeowners don't know any better. They may have seen a guy, oh, you did my friend's roof. He said you were, great. It's a side job, but,
and what the homeowner doesn't take into account, their friend's roof was a simple little A-frame gable roof.
Sure. And
they got a cut up, tip
two-layer
and ridge,
tear-off,
exactly.
rotted plywood. Listen, the roof, like you said earlier, it's the biggest investment. It covers the biggest part of your house. You cannot risk doing it wrong unless you want to do it more than once.
And we always talk about it. It's what protects your home, your family, your belongings.
Right.
And if you do it wrong, if it's not ventilated right, forget if there's a leak. If you just don't ventilate it right, you got mold, you got bacteria building up there that you and your family are breathing. And we talk about it here. Everyone knows we hop to it.
Correct.
Well, what we talk about internally is, why do we hop to it? We hop to it because we want to help. That's really all it boils down to.
The culture of your company is to do good work. I mean, it's clearly evident, and I highly recommend you guys.
Which we appreciate.
Overwhelmingly. But here, let me give you, for all the viewers, one of the good, shining characteristics of Kanga, because it's a good, medium-sized, family-owned business,
Yep.
which the target that Hire It Done likes, is that you guys are solution-minded.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean to the average homeowner? That means that we all know and everyone knows home improvement never goes the way you want it. There's always problems. But when a sign of a really great contractor is when a problem arises, they don't point the finger and blame everyone else. What they do is they put on their hat and they solve it.
Bingo.
That's solution minded. And that's one of the characters that we look for in all the contractors in Higher Done. And that's why you guys are such a good match for us. And we're going to, destroy it this year.
Oh.
And we're on a pace to grow like you have. Where homeowners,
we're projecting about a 20% growth this year. It's aggressive, but we brought on a ton of great individuals that are part of the team. But ultimately, it's just when people think of Higher Done, they think of Adam Helfman.
Correct.
Right. When people think of Kanga Roof, they're thinking of Bill, Matt. It's us.
Yeah, we've got
it's
a great
our
team.
name. It's who we are. It's in our blood. And at the end of the day, we all want to lay our heads down tonight and feel really good because, as you know, construction's a great trade. Right? We help people. At the end of the day, you see what you've done. You've protected people. You've helped them. And if you're a great contractor and you do it the right way, it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful profession. Are there some bad apples out there that ruin it? Sure.
But listen, if every contractor was great, Higher Done would not exist.
Bingo.
So,
and that's why we love being a part of it.
Well, that's the thing. And every week we strive to educate homeowners on new products, new technologies, new ways to get the job done. But at the same time, here are the questions you got to ask.
Yeah.
And also, here are the questions they don't want you to ask to get a hassle-free home improvement. That's how you do it.
Adam, what's the number one tip you'd give to a homeowner looking into 2019? What's the biggest tip you'd give to a homeowner who's starting down that process of thinking they need a roof or they need windows or siding? What's the biggest tip? Is you look into the magic ball. What would you tell them, or what would you tell them to ask?
That's a really good question. So going into 2019, the big issue on the inside of the tradespeople has been labor. So if you're thinking of getting a roof, you're thinking of insulating your home, maybe a metal roof or whatever it is on the house, I would say get all your estimates now.
Yeah.
Start interviewing contractors now. Call them into your house. Let them know that you're gathering prices. The more honest you are with the contractor, the better off it is. And then you have what you need. And then when you're ready to pull the trigger, you can do it. Because right now, if a homeowner calls Kanga Roof, you give them an estimate, and they say, yeah, let's go ahead. You're still 3-4 weeks out, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, this year we have over 25 jobs signed, booked, ready to roll as soon as the weather breaks.
Okay. So get in line.
If somebody signs up right now, let's say the weather finally breaks and we can come back to install, say, St. Patrick's.
Sure.
Right? Mid-March. Reasonable date. The first opening we're going to have is probably right around April 1st.
Okay.
So which is good. But it's
proper
to your
planning,
point.
Yeah.
Man, the industry is booming right now.
But if someone has an emergency, you'll get right out.
Oh, absolutely.
Emergencies, you guys will juggle the schedule.
Without question.
Okay.
Especially in this season, we have special ice damming and snow removal because it's going to happen. Granted, we've had a really mild January to date.
But that's going to change soon.
It's Michigan. So we do offer, and that's the whole point of the service team. If you have something happen, we're going to come out there, we're going to help you, we're going to take care of you.
Or you're going to hop to it.
We're going to hop to it. You know it. Well, Adam, I really do appreciate you taking the time to come in today.
I love coming here. Thank you.
No, it's a blast. We always have fun with you, and it's great to just talk shop and pick your brain about what's going on in the industry. Because, granted, we work on the exterior of the home, but you deal with the entire home, the entire process.
Everything within the four corners of your lot.
Bingo. Well, when a homeowner asks me, hey, who should I call? Every time it's a Higher Done contractor.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And we're growing. We're looking for good contractors always.
Yeah.
But, again, we've got to pass the pre-screening.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do, but we're proud to have done it and proud to be a part of it. So, Adam, appreciate it.
Yeah.
For all you viewers out there, hope you enjoyed it this week. I want to thank Adam for taking the time out of his busy schedule to be with us today. And remember, just because it's January, we're still out there. We're doing our estimates. We're doing our inspections for you. And if you do have a sudden problem that pops up, give us a call, shoot us an email, visit the website. Our service team, our service technicians are literally standing by to help you and protect you and make you whole. So thanks so much, everybody. Remember to hop to it and have a great day.
One more thing. Don't do it yourself. Hire it done.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Take care, everybody.